Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Kath and I'm doing a 10,000 push-up challenge. I'm doing this to raise funds for vital medical treatment for my nephew Jake. Please subscribe, like and share to follow along with me. Let's see if I can reach my push-ups target and help reach our £300,000 fundraising target. I'll run my progress video while I share how the challenge is going so far and tell you more about my wonderful nephew Jake. So far, I've done 1,450 push-ups in 10 days. Not a bad start for a middle-aged mum. I started with doing sets of 10. This seemed like a reasonable place to start, as before having kids, I used to be quite fit, about a decade ago. Already I've been able to increase that to 25, well, for the first set in each round anyway. And according to my smart scales, I've already increased my muscle mass. So even though my shoulders and arms and back are screaming for me to stop, I must be getting stronger. A good sign that the challenge is possible, if grueling. This sudden change in exercise is having some negative effects on my body though, particularly my lower back, not helped by having a desk job. So if anyone has any tips to reduce the pressure on my lower back or any good stretches for shoulders and chest, please share below. I'd welcome any tips. So Jake is my brother's only son and my only nephew. He was the first baby I ever held and the ring bearer at my wedding. He's clever, witty and charming, a talented artist and writer with a real passion for learning. Just before Christmas, Jake was diagnosed with Friedrich's Ataxia, a disease we'd never heard of and wish we still hadn't. It's a very rare neurodegenerative disease. It progressively affects mobility, coordination and balance. It causes sensory, sight and hearing loss and eventually affects the heart. There's no cure and up until recently, no treatment. The hope for treatment is omaveloxolone, a new drug medically proven to significantly slow down, stop, and in some cases reverse the progression of this terrible disease. This vital drug will also increase Jake's life expectancy. Without it, the average life expectancy for someone with Friedrich's ataxia is around 45. And that's my age now. There are two problems in accessing this treatment. Firstly, omaveloxolone is most effective before symptoms progress too far. With Jake only recently diagnosed and still mobile, speed is very much of the essence. We can't afford to wait. Every day without treatment risks further damage. Secondly, whilst readily available in Europe and North America, it is not available in the UK. Jake's best option is in Germany. Here the cost is $300,000 for a year of treatment. It's bad enough getting the diagnosis. To then be told treatment is not available in the UK and is not affordable to us in Europe is devastating. And this all comes just 3 years after Jake lost his mum to a rare brain cancer. At just 16, Jake has shown enormous resilience. He's kept strong, he's kept going, he kept studying and successfully passed all his GCSEs. He's now studying psychology, politics and art A-levels. His love of reading and learning inherited from his mum. So we're asking for help so that Jake can access this crucial treatment. Family, friends, neighbours, co-workers and strangers have already given so generously. Thank you all. We are forever grateful for your kindness. We've already raised over 75,000, a quarter of the 300,000 target, proof that community and compassion is alive and well in the world. Jake's Just Giving page is linked in the channel description and I'll post it below. If you can spare any amount, it will make a huge difference. Please also subscribe, like and share this channel to spread the word. And join me as I conquer 10,000 push-ups. So I've just popped the QR code to Jake's Just Giving fundraising page up in the corner. You can scan that and it'll take you straight to his page. We're using the Tree of Hope charity for our fundraising. So if you are donating and you are a UK taxpayer, please do remember to tick the gift aid box when you donate. Then for every £1 you give, we can claim an extra 25p, and that will make a huge difference to the fundraising, and it already has. I've also added the fundraising page link to the channel description. There you'll also find a link to a news segment where Jake, my brother, and Jake's grandparents were interviewed by Granada News. Granada News is ITV's local news in the northwest. Here you can see and hear how the disease is already affecting Jake, and hear from the family on how it's affecting them and how they're coping. So that's it for my first update. So far, I think the video editing is way harder than the push-ups part, or should I say press-ups? I keep flip-flopping between the two names. I'm sure they were press-ups when I was younger. I wonder what changed. I wonder if there's a difference. So I had to go look it up. What is the difference between a push-up and a press-up? And there is no difference. It is just language based on where you live. So in the UK, it is traditionally press-ups, which is why I remember it being press-ups when I was younger. And in the US, it's push-ups. So either the UK has become more Americanized, or I have. So thank you to everyone who's stayed to the end. I hope you enjoyed watching a middle-aged mum do lots of push-ups at high speed. Please do subscribe and share. The more people that hear about Jake's cause, the more likely we are to reach our fundraising target. Again, we've been blown away by everyone's generosity so far, but there is still a long way to go. So I'll sign off there and see you in my next update.